This is Greg Troutwine. I'm with Maritime Reporter TV. We're here with Jim McCaul, International Maritime Associates, IMA. And Jim, thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Okay. We've obviously just come off an interesting presidential election, and with President-elect Trump set to take office in about a month's time, I know it's impossible to completely gauge what effect this will have, but in very general terms.
A downsizing of emphasis on environmental barriers, elimination of some environmental barriers. I think there'll be a freeing up of some of the things that the energy developers can do. I think this will be beneficial. I think the tax benefits to the energy industry will continue and probably expand. And I think there'll just be a very favorable environment for providing opportunities for energy companies here in the U.S. Because we are talking just about the U.S. Energy is a worldwide business, and that's a whole different matter. But within the U.S., the Trump administration undoubtedly will be good for the energy business.
The development of the shale industry and its impact on the world of energy, what do you think this is going to look like in the coming 5 to 10 years?
Well, I think there's several aspects of that question. Let me take the first part. What impact could be had on the international market? One of the things that is talked about here in this new administration is the possibility of creating barriers on on countries importing oil to the U.S., exporting oil to the U.S. And to the extent any type of barriers are created or any threat of barriers are created, that has an impact potentially of disrupting the oil market, causing oil prices to get volatile. And any volatility in the business is probably detrimental to the international market. So that could happen. So in other words, the new administration could actually shake up the international market by its actions to create possible tariffs and barriers. But as far as shale, the shale production in this country is going to grow probably grow very rapidly over the next couple of years. There's one field, for example, in the Permian Basin in western Texas that's considered to have a huge amount of resources that are recoverable. And the companies that operate in this area in the shale business talk about figures on shale production in the U.S. that are really quite astronomical. I mean, they're on the scale of the North Sea or what used to be in Alaska. In fact, they're even higher than that in some cases. So shale production could expand very rapidly. The productivity of shale is increasing, but like all subjects, it's complex. You can say it simply that shale is becoming very productive, or you could dig into it in more detail and ask what's really happening, and it's a more complicated subject. But still, the shale is definitely a threat to. It's definitely going to fill a big part. It's going to fill an increasing part of the oil demand requirement over the next 10 to 15 years.
Again, Jim, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Absolutely. And this is Greg Troutwine with Maritime Reporter TV.